Morning, back at it again with another one, and today we're looking at the Nasdaq. Quick shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us till now. The content's just been taking a little bit longer. I've just been going deeper into the craft, just to make sure I share something that would really make an impact on everyone. Time is limited, and if I can just help speed up the process for you, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Uh, in return for your time in watching, a young subscribe, a young like, a young comment, and a young share. In return for that, I will go deep and I'll find the gems that you need that will help you attain profitability and consistency, and also just help the psychology side as well, working with money and participating in this highly psychological, high level mental athletic game is tricky. But be that as it may, I'm gonna relive or talk about an experience I had yesterday. Something that I've noticed that I keep doing, that I wanna just make this video so that I know, for me also moving forward, I won't keep doing this. Right? But anyway, daily chart, the Nasdaq. Friday we had this long tail doji candle. We bullish. Look at the weekly quickly. Let's not touch the weekly. Bullish. Monday came, we had that bullish expansion. The close way above that candle's opening price gave me the bias going into today that we are bullish. We opened today, and my drawn liquidity was the previous high from yesterday, so that's where I was targeting. Right? Excuse me. Let's go down to the 15. Sharp, we're on the 15. This is the situation. So we had this consolidation. This is the Asian range, right? So the setup, power of 3, or accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Power of 3. That was the idea. Asian range from like 6 until midnight, just made like this nice tight range. And then I saw this fair value gap over here, nestled above that order block that was also above that other order block. I just looked at this, I was like, nah, this is just like a wick trap traders. I also saw like that balanced that fair value gap over there. So in my mind I was like, nah, that's solid. I was like, this is probably just a breakaway gap that should stay open. But like, we had this order block there, and then we had this one as well, and then price shot up, and then we had fair value gap there, consolidation, dipped down, shot up. I was like, nah, we broke that short-term high. It's about to hit an order block on a fair value gap on a lower time frame, and then continue up to that previous daily high. That was my thinking. I immediately went down to the 5 minute, and then this is what I saw. Remember what I just said now with that consolidation, right? Consolidation, Asian range, broke below. This is during London session now. Do I have that sessions thingy? Perfect. Yeah, you check. This depicts the Asian session, and then this is the London session. So I was like, nah, away. London session gave us our manipulation. We tapped into that order block over there. I looked at the wicks. I was like, we switching up. We rose to the upside, and then we had this price run. I put a fib on the bodies, right? On the bodies, and then just to get an idea, let me do this. Just to get an idea of where we at. So you can see there, we had the fair value gap. We have order block there as well. So let me just draw that out for us. Order block. Right. I'll just make that a bit like darker so that we can see. So we have the fair value gap. We have the order block. The fair value gap is inside that, We have the OTE. We took out like stops from the Asian session. We hit the order block there. We wicking. Can see like higher highs. Higher lows. Higher lows. Looked at that as like that should offer us support. And then we anticipated price just dropping down into that fair value gap since it's in a discount relative to this range here. And then I was like, wait, it'll tap in and it'll push up. That was the idea. See, this is like, if you know quarterly theory, shout out. If you don't, I have a video out on it. Be sure to check it out. I'll link it in the comments or something. But yes, sir. So I peeped the quarterly theory. It was also lining up. We had the accumulation, we had the manipulation, and now I was anticipating now. This is like see the window during London session, right? I was anticipating that now it's time to shoot up, right? So you can see the confluences. We have the fractal of the pattern, power of 3, right? We are below the midnight open price. Midnight Tuesday was like round about somewhere here. That's the Tuesday midnight open, right? Let me just mark it out so that we have everything. So we have the power of 3 formation, accumulation, manipulation phase now. We have quarterly theory. We have went through an accumulate of relative to that trading session, right? Or during that phase in the session. During the manipulation phase of the session, right? We had the accumulation. We had the manipulation. Now we end the distribution phase. We are below the daily open price. We have a bullish draw on liquidity. The daily chart. Let me just go to the daily. Looking at candlestick closures, the previous day we were bullish. This is like Monday. Nah? No. Yeah, going into like, yeah. Order flow is bullish. We're looking to buy. We're going to look at what happened and then we're going to see why. You check price, hit the order fair value gap, we consolidated and then it continued to break down. Let's see how far down it'll break down. That's like 3 in the afternoon. Just note, I want us just to watch this 3 o'clock. I'm gonna take the speed down a little bit. We're gonna go back to this. We're gonna talk about this definitely, but just watch this 3 o'clock. Remember a draw on liquidity. Form the double top. See that? What draws the previous day's high. It's now the next Asian session now. Just starting off with building the range, but it's making its way where? To that draw. Why? The retail has stop orders up there, thinking it's a double top, so then they're selling. So they're inducing the shorts. Then they're gonna run the stops. Then everyone who's short gonna be taken out, and then after that, it's gonna like trigger people who have buy stops for breakout traders, and then it's gonna go down and take out their stops. But without going too much into that, see how we got that move, that nice one at the 3 o'clock hour. I'm gonna talk about that in a video just now. But remember, the premise was power of 3. So accumulation, we had the manipulation, and then we had the distribution. At the time, we thought, or I thought that this was the low of the day. I looked at the time, it was 3. I was expecting that to be the low of the day, but price didn't. It came further down and pierced it. At the time, I thought I was in the right because I was buying below equilibrium, right? I was in discount. But what I failed to check, what I actually failed to check was the actual current dealing range I'm in. Although on the micro, so at the time, maybe on the 5 minute, I was looking at this one. The actual dealing range that I was actually in was from this low that we formed on Monday at 10 past 1 to the high here of the Asian range. Check. That was the range I was supposed to check on. So I was supposed to put the fib down there, bring it up there. And as you can see, just gonna drag this across. Notice how where I wanted to buy, or at the time where I thought of buying, is in a premium. It's above that equilibrium. Rule number 1, do not buy in premium. Do not sell in discount. We sell in premium, we buy in discount. And interestingly enough, you can see here, you see where price led down to. It hit the, when you're looking at this relative dealing range, it hit the OTE zone and tapped into a fair value gap over there. I'm just gonna go quickly to the M15. See that? I'm gonna just remove this sessions indicator. It's called boxes. Boxes. If you are interested in it, try it out. It's dope. Hashtag power of 3. So we have this M15 fair value gap over there. I'm just gonna make it a bit thicker so you can know. Go down to the M5. Excuse me, coming down with the flu. So we run stops. There was stop sell side liquidity over there. We run the stops, go down relative to the dealing range. Remember, we were looking at just that fractal over there at the time. Should have first measured out that, figured out okay, looked at the next or the closest PD array in discount, which was that M15 fair value gap, which is this box here. We should have waited for price. Price made that low of the day at 505, tapped into that, then it began to work its way up, and then it made a double top at around like 2:45. See the high there? Let me go to the M15 so that it looks like crisper. Then I'm just gonna remove that. This is the previous daily high. Who had that, came up but didn't note how it didn't cross it, right? Didn't cross it. So this just gave retail more confidence that, hey, that's a, it's a double top, so let's sell. And then they induced them just to come back and run their stop losses. Notice that. What time is that? 15:15. I'm just gonna put a fair value gap over here. I'm not gonna say too much about that, but I'm gonna speak on it. And notice how it went down below the daily low or the daily open price. I'm gonna speak more on that, but let's focus. So Note to self: always check the dealing range. Be sure you know what dealing range you're working with, and then check to see if we are in premium or discount. Only buy in discount and only sell in premium. Right? Otherwise, it was a nice classic buy day for Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Came without the consolidation. Low of the day in London. And then we just had the expansion in New York. New York AM was a bit choppy though. Kind of messy. Yeah. I tried to take a long in this. You know. Try to take a long. I took 2 losses. It had me down 1%. Shout out to proper risk management. And then I managed to come back in the PM session. I managed to catch the buy from there, and I exited around about there. Looking back in hindsight, I wish I had a runner on so that it could perhaps hit there, you know. But I had a time stop on. I was only trading for that 1 hour, that 3 to 4. So otherwise, it was a productive day. That's that on that for this video. Note to self: just take note of your dealing range. And yeah. Otherwise, thank God for the skill. If you don't know now, you know. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. You know the handle. I'll be posting everything on and off the charts. You know, setup, signals, all of that. So be sure to check us out. Yes, sir.